Greetings to my friends. Sorry I haven't been with you in a while. Also, my apology for my last video with the Filmora thing at the end. I forgot about that and I just did it quickly. And that's the way it turned out. I've since registered the Filmora for my telephone so that I can use it in the future. Today, though, I want to talk about something altogether different. If you remember last fall, I was working on I started out calling it a bug out bag and realized that no, it's not one of those. More of a survival bag to take in the car. And when I go hunting, fishing, driving off road, so to speak, and that kind of thing, I would have essentials to keep me alive for 3 or 4 days. And that should be lots of time to get assistance. Anyway, one of the problems I had was in cookware. I came up with a solution that worked for temporary, but I wanted to change from that. So that's what we're going to do today. So okay, we've got toques. A little bit of a scruffy bag, that's okay. Shows you that it gets used once in a while, doesn't it? Okay. And so, now I haven't opened it since a neighbor of mine, I asked her to check it out. And we have supper together every night. Okay, so the toques bag. Now, I know some of you, especially anyone who is a trail hiker, long distance trail hiker, don't like the bag because of its weight. I get that. Okay, so the toques pot, we all know that it has, I hope we all know, that the little lid holder will stand up if you want it to. Next we pull out, okay, Scotch-Brite with sponge. And we'll sit that down. Okay, now this is, after all, a bag, a cleaning cloth. It's seen the better days, that's why it's a good thing to take outdoors. I went and took this from what had been in my kitchen bag for my stove, because I have electric cookware, electric heating and cooking in the house. So I took this out, igniter, because I went shopping for a replacement stove because I had a problem with my Etechcity. Okay, when it gets cold and you take it out of the cold, even you got to wait for it to warm up. And I went shopping. I needed something that would hold it would sit a small pot, more than likely though a cup. And so in the store, I went to Mountain Equipment Co-op in Winnipeg, and I did not want to go the route of ordering from Amazon to get a titanium stove. It is about I think a 2-year-old design, possibly. I'm thinking that I've got that about right. Okay, and here we have it. It is, after all, an MSR Pocket Rocket 2. Okay. The reason that my Mighty Mo wouldn't work with this is because the burner head, the size of the burner head here, this is a lot smaller, and therefore it will fit in the pot with the lid closed, as you saw. Now I'm going to set it upside down just for now. And so out comes my Toques 750. I like it because of the fact it's got the imprinted, embossed into it. And actually 8 ounces, 300 mils, 16 ounces, 500 mils. You can read them on the inside, the backwards on the front. Okay, so we take this, and it's been used, I'm going to say slightly, as in I tried it. I have on the top, I weighed it on my coffee scales at 185 grams, okay. And of course, because the can is hollowed, the mini Bic fits in there perfectly. The mini Bic, I have a small piece of Ranger band underneath the trigger where you push down to ignite it and turn the valve, to ignite the spark and to turn on the gas. So that works well. Okay, so as you can see, it's not large. It's about a foot square. It's ratty. It's got stains that won't come out. That's okay. For me, that's just fine. I need to keep things light. With my back, more and more, I'm having trouble, okay? Anyway, as we know, now I like to screw them on as with the canister upright. And I'll tell you why. Okay, sorry, I forgot to turn the valve off. And my reason for having it upright is if the valve is turned off, we're not going to have a problem with it spraying, okay? Especially spraying a chance of having liquid come out. And so, as you can see, the Tox fits on there beautifully. My GSI mug would fit on there perfectly as well. And the one thing, now these, I've heard people complain that they don't work. Somebody on YouTube said, I throw it out, it's a piece of garbage. What I found is I read somewhere, or somebody on YouTube mentioned, that in actual fact, if you get a little bit of gas vapors in there, and then you hit the plunger, it should work. Now, okay, hi. Now, as you can see, that's the normal, right? That's when you're in a rush. Now, what my Etechcity cannot do is displayed right here, okay? I've got a simmer here. I don't know how much lower. Okay, it goes down that low. Hard, you may not be able to see it, okay? In other words, I can simmer with it. I can cook with it. And that's where all three of my gas stoves, my Mighty Mo, my, oh goodness, I forget the name of it already. Anyway, the one that I used out in the cold. And this one still does heat up a light orange on the windbreak, okay? Now I know the windbreak is a help. It's better than none. It's better than my Mighty Mo in that regard. The Mighty Mo, the wind will get it. And so you stand it beside a rock, a log, something like that. Rucksack, whatever to break the wind. And that's it. So, this is it. I've added the MSR Pocket Rocket 2. This, therefore, is all I need to cook with. And of course, it's because you do have to clean up if you cook something in it. If you're heating water for coffee and pouring it in pouches, that's different. But this right here, to me, would be an ideal set for anybody doing the Appalachian Trail, and I've seen a number. And I gotta admit, it's robust. It's just close enough, these 3 points, to hold a small cup, smaller than I would usually cook with. So it should be perfect for me. So that's it. This should complete any hopes, wishes for cookware. I appreciate you being with me today. It's been a pleasure to have you here. We're making this little introduction, and by all means, I will let you know how it turns out. The MSR Pocket Rocket 2, loved by many. I don't know anybody hates them. That's it for me. Ted's clear. Have a good day.